like built for creators, you've probably heard it 1,000 times. I think it's the new, like putting pro at the end of a product or just like saying something AI. Like the kind of phrase that companies like tack onto a product when, if we're being honest, they can't really think of a real reason why you should buy it. And after many, many years of doing this, I stopped registering that phrase a long time ago. So when Lenovo, and a big thank you to them for sponsoring this video, sent me 2 laptops with that pitch attached, I expected to be the guy pointing out where they fell short. They didn't give me as much to work with as I thought they would. And if you've watched my Lenovo videos over the years, you know that despite things being sponsored, I've really tried to call things how they are. And before I tell you about these 2 laptops, let me tell you what I can do for you, whether you're a creator or not. Give you a chance to win not 100, not 200, not 300, not 400, but this many $100. Made it super easy. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me the first game you would fire up on your new Yoga Pro 9i or Yoga Pro 7i. You can enter once per day, so 1 comment per day for 10 days. Watch the video all the way through. Give the video a thumbs up. Open to anyone in the world. The information you need way down below. These 2 laptops are the Yoga Pro 9i and the Yoga Pro 7i. Both are part of Lenovo's Aura Edition line. The 9i is the 16-inch flagship, Thunder Gray. The 7i is the 15-inch. This one's Luna Gray. Both are running Intel's new Core Ultra Series 3 chips. You might have heard them called Panther Lake. Both can be spec'd up to the NVIDIA RTX 5070. The units Lenovo sent us, the ones I'm going to be obviously talking about here, have the RTX 5060. Just to contextualize when I talk about especially frame rates and stuff. A quick note on Panther Lake, because I think it matters here a lot. These are the first chips built on Intel's new 18A process, which is their own in-house manufacturing. It's also Intel consolidating 2 separate chip lines into one. So for the last couple of years, you kind of had to pick in the laptop world between battery life and performance on the Intel side. Panther Lake is their attempt at kind of stopping having to make that compromise. I want to start with the screen on the 9i, because that's where I think that these laptops really make their case. So it's a 3.2K Tandem OLED. Tandem OLED, if you remember from other products, but they stack 2 OLED layers, so you can push brightness that a regular OLED can't really sustain. The 9i hits 1600 nits peak brightness. 7i drops the Ks down to 2.5 of them. OLED at 1100 nits, same color coverage. In a bright room, you can tell the 9i is brighter, but the 7i I think still looked great. And for most creative work, the 7i screen is overkill. If you are doing HDR grading, kind of at peak output though, I think that's when you would want to look at the 9i. Yes, I don't generally talk about trackpads much on these things. They're there. But the trackpad of the 9i doubles as a drawing surface. Lenovo is calling it the Force Pad, and they include the Yoga Pen Gen 2 in the box. The pen will snap to the lid magnetically so you don't lose it. That's cool. Pick the pen up, kind of take it off that magnet, and the trackpad switches modes, so you're not like ghost clicking your cursor kind of while you're trying to draw. It is definitely not a full replacement for like a Wacom tablet or a drawing tablet. The surface I thought was too small for any sort of real illustration work, but as like a quick sketch or markup tool that's always right there, it did work as advertised. The 7i also supports the Force Pad 2, but it's an optional add-on if you decide that you want to add it out. I think if you're considering adding it, you should at least see it in person and try it and decide if it's worth it for you. I don't do much drawing, so I'd probably skip it, but if you're really into illustrating or you're marking stuff up or you want an easy way to sign documents, it's worth considering. So my biggest complaint though with the 9i is kind of in relation to all of that. So with the pen, the trackpad works great. Used as a regular trackpad, I thought the scroll was way too sensitive. The click zones are really touchy. It accidentally clicked when I was trying to scroll more times than I want to admit. I kept it kind of how it was, but I did go and dig through settings trying to dial it back. The 7i is a smaller version of the same problem. Cursor tracking feels way too slick, almost like somebody bumped the sensitivity up a notch way past where they'd want. That's the one setting that I would fix. You have to draw that sensitivity all the way down. Even when you do, it still didn't feel great. The 9i trackpad feels more like a structural issue than like a software stuff, so bear it in mind. Okay, so now the Aura Edition part of the name. This is the part that Lenovo, when I sent us the deck for this, like buried it on like page 12. But I thought it was kind of the most interesting thing about these laptops. So Aura Edition, or Aura, I guess, is a platform Lenovo built with Intel over the past like 2-ish years of like user research about what really kind of pisses people off about laptops. And there are 3 features here that I thought, there's a lot more, but 3 features that stood out to me that are worth knowing. Smart mode reads what you're doing and shifts the laptop to match. So working, creating, meeting, gaming, watching something, studying. There are 6 modes and the laptop figures out which one you're doing on its own. You don't have to like flip any software or hardware switch. Smart Share is the one I'll keep using. So obviously you can't do like AirDrop here or anything, but tap your phone to the laptop and the photos transfer over. That's the whole process. And it works on iPhone and Android beautifully. You just have to have the apps installed. Sounds small, but after editing footage or transferring over photos, I do it without thinking, and it's really, really useful. Smart Care, I hope you never have to worry about, but if you do, it is live Lenovo tech support built into the machine. So chat, video, or phone call with a real technician, a real human being, if something ever goes sideways. Any of those on their own are fine, kind of whatever stuff. All 3 together, I think the laptop starts feeling like somebody on Lenovo's side actually thought about not just year 1 of ownership, but year 2 and year 3. But having said all that stuff, none of that matters without the hardware underneath. So like I said, both can go up to the RTX 5070 Blackwell GPUs. The 9i runs 130 watts through Lenovo's X-Power thermal system. 7i runs 110. So that 20 watt gap, I think, is the whole difference in real life. The rest of the spec sheet, I think, is probably what you'd expect at this price. Up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is worth its weight in gold at this point. Up to 2 terabytes of storage, Wi-Fi 7, port selection's pretty good, Thunderbolt 4, HDMI 2.1, USB Type-A for gaming accessories is huge, full-size SD card, audio jack, no dongles, no adapters necessary here. Audio, 6 speakers on the 9i, 4 on the 7i, Dolby Atmos on both. With that audio and screen actually paid off for me though. We're in the middle, I don't know when you're gonna watch this, hopefully this doesn't come back to date me, but we're in the middle of Laker playoffs here. As of this filming, Lakers are up 2-0 on Houston. I really hope that this, again, I don't see the comments about how the series ended up, but it seemed like a good way to test his laptop. So anyway, 9i, watching a Laker game, lights on all over my house, and it looked and sounded better than it had any right to. I'm not telling you to throw out your TV, obviously, but I am saying I enjoyed it more than I expected to. And if you're gonna watch a lot of content on this, and they're big laptops, you probably will. It worked really well. Same story with gaming. If you end up playing something on these between projects, I think they better hold up than Creator laptops should. Again, these are not their Legion laptops, they're gaming machines. But these are expensive and they should be able to do all the things. So I wanted to test all the things. So I went to my go-to Spider-Man 2 and max settings with ray tracing on. Both laptops handled it actually without breaking a sweat. Definitely not a gaming laptop, but not pretending to be. But if you want to play something at the end of the day, you can. So should you buy these? The 9i is for the person whose whole life lives on a screen and needs that screen to be just right. And you are paying a premium for an incredible tandem panel. The Force Pad, 130 watts of sustained power, and build quality that feels premium, sort of in a way that the Windows side I thought really hasn't touched in a while. That's a huge compliment to Lenovo. Just under $1,900 to start is not cheap, but a standalone Tandem OLED monitor at this color accuracy would run you almost about the same price for just the monitor. The 7i is for the person who actually takes their laptop places. It's lighter, smaller, $100 cheaper, and it barely sort of gives anything up on real work. Same CPU option, same GPU ceiling, a little less like thermal headroom, smaller display, but still a great display. Again, not tandem, but if I was buying one of these for travel or working from coffee shops, I would get the 7i without thinking twice. 9i stays at your desk and occasionally goes with you places. 7i goes around with you and occasionally lives at your desk. Either way, Lenovo built laptops that actually do the job for the first time in a while that the marketing department says they do.